And we begin tonight at 10 o'clock with breaking news. Phoenix police investigating after a man was found assaulted by a group of armed suspects. Now, these are live pictures here at 31st Avenue and Thunderbird. We're zooming in on the scene. It appears to be an apartment complex. You can see some children walking around, apparently with their parents. And they're now looking, police officers are in an area by a dumpster near the back of this apartment complex. Police tell us the man has multiple injuries, was not shot though. Police are working to find those suspects involved and what led up to that assault. And again, all we know right now, a group of armed suspects beat another man in this area. We'll continue to follow this story, get you updates online and tomorrow morning on Today in AZ. Now to some very sad news out of Chandler. A 3-year-old boy who was pulled from a pool on Monday has died. Police are identifying him as Trig Kaiser. He's the son of a well-known Valley social media influencer named Emily Kaiser. Police tell us the boy was found unconscious at a home near Chandler Heights and Gilbert Roads on Monday night. Emily Kaiser attended Desert Vista High School and has millions of followers on the social media site TikTok, where she often posted videos and news about her son. She has not posted since the incident happened last week. Police are still investigating what led up to the drowning. The Greer wildfire is still burning out of control in the White Mountains, increasing in size to over 20,000 acres. Fire officials say they are making good progress protecting the towns of Eager and Springerville despite those continued high winds. 12 News journalist Sean Rice is in Apache County with the very latest.
Yeah, Troy, with another day of red flag windy conditions expected on Monday, you can never be too overconfident fighting a wildfire like this one, especially here in fire country. But fire officials told us this evening that the lines they've established this weekend are holding, and it's really preventing additional spread into the communities of Eager and Springerville. Now, the Greer fire, which began back on Tuesday morning, is now over 20,000 acres in size and does remain 0% contained. The additional growth, though, according to officials, is within the fire lines they've established. That means they've cleared the way of any dry brush or vegetation that acts as fuel for these wildfires. Now on this map, it shows additional growth on the north end of the fire running towards Highway 260. However, the Arizona Department of Forestry and Fire Management tells me that is to be expected and is not something that caught them by surprise.
The fire is really staying within its footprint. Some of the additional growth that has been reported over the last 24 to 48 hours has mainly been from firing operations that crews have been doing. And then today and last night as well, there is some interior pockets of fuel that is still burning off, so that's adding to the growth as well.
Evacuations for residents in Greer, South Fork, and homeowners west of Highway 261 do remain in place. For many, they've been out of their homes for nearly a week and are anxious to return. Fire officials know this, and they say after Monday, which is another day of critical fire danger, a return home for those folks is not far behind.
If the lines hold again tomorrow through the red flag warning, everything else will fall into place, meaning we may be able to put some containment on the map.
And tomorrow night, the incident management team is holding another community meeting, another town hall here at the Round Valley High School auditorium. I'm told all are invited to attend, and at that point, that's where we will learn how Monday's firefight went. In Apache County, Sean Rice, 12 News.
Sean, thank you. Bring in meteorologist Chris Dunn now. And Chris, it appears the winds have died down a little bit tonight by that report, but I know they were really whipping in there earlier today. And what do they look like tomorrow?
Yeah, we had 50-mile-per-hour gusts, or near 50 miles per hour earlier today. Tomorrow, we have one more day of high winds. That's why we have the red flag warning in effect that Sean mentioned in his story. Low humidity, dry vegetation, and gusts to about 45 miles per hour in the fire zone. There has been a little bit of rain showing up just north of Interstate 40, but it's not making it all the way down to the fire zone, which is right in here. This is the smoke plume, and throughout this fire, the wind has been out of the west and the southwest, and that's why the communities of Eager and Springerville have been kind of watching this very closely. But look at the smoke plume by Tuesday. Everything is going to the south as the winds will shift around and change direction. The high-resolution wind forecast for tomorrow morning and tomorrow afternoon, this is one last round of really strong gusty winds, and then things start to back off. This is Tuesday morning into Tuesday afternoon, again coming in from the north, and that would push the fire lines away from Eager and Springerville and possibly back on itself in some of those areas that have already burned. Troy?
All right, Chris, thank you. Police are investigating a four-car crash that sent a man and two children to the hospital. And unfortunately, one of those children is in critical condition. Happened about 8 o'clock this morning, 27th Avenue in Encanto. You saw there a van was flipped onto its side and damage to the other vehicles. No word yet on what caused the crash. A man was shot by his own mother, apparently for being too loud while playing video games. Mesa police say 72-year-old Hazel Benson called them saying she shot her son and then threw the gun into a nearby canal near Higley Road and Main Street. Officers found the 38-year-old son, and yes, he was shot in the stomach. He was taken to the hospital. He is expected to survive. The mother has been arrested and is charged with aggravated assault. A javelina on the loose in a West Valley neighborhood. The wild animal reportedly attacked a man and his dogs and charged at other people there. 12 News journalist Gabriela Becerra has our story.
Feels like it was right here. Hey.
All right, come on.
This West Valley neighborhood is on high alert.
And it kind of changed our whole routine.
Because just 3 days ago, a javelina attacked a man walking his dogs.
It probably took less than 30 seconds for the whole thing.
Every morning at 4 o'clock, Roy Watts takes his dogs Roxy and Georgie for a walk around his neighborhood near Dysart and Bethany Home Roads.
I usually scan like the road with my flashlight, which there, a lot of times there is.
But on Thursday morning, there wasn't anything in the road. There was something hiding in the bushes.
And the dogs started to growl. And they started to pull and pull and pull and pull. And then this thing, charged from behind the bushes, and they got into a little bit of a battle right on the edge of the road.
Watts was able to break his dogs free, but says the javelina charged at them a second time.
It was on the other side of the road, and we were running through this field right here, and it just kept chasing us across the field.
The javelina bit one of the dogs, leaving a gash in Roxy's chest.
Probably over an inch deep.
And Watts hurt his knees when he got knocked over.
He swelled up like a football.
According to Arizona Game and Fish, dogs are a natural predator of javelina, and the wild animals may become aggressive when they hear or smell dogs. Game and Fish encourages people to scare javelina off by making loud noises. If you see a javelina while walking your dog, they suggest turning around and going in another direction.
Try to avoid it as much as possible.
Watts is thankful their dogs weren't more seriously hurt.
What if that would have hit her carotid artery or something?
And would like to see the animal relocated before another attack happens.
If there's something wrong with this one, that it's going after people that aggressively, yeah, I think they should come and check it out and find out, before a kid gets hurt.
In Litchfield Park, Gabriela Becerra, 12 News.
We have an update to the Brooklyn Bridge ship crash that happened last night in New York City. 2 crew members on board that ship have died from their injuries. It was a Mexican naval ship, ran into the bridge during a sailing maneuver on a training cruise. It's one of the old tall ships they use for training. Cell phone video shows sailors hanging from the broken masts of the ship. The Department of Transportation says no major damage was done to the bridge itself. Officials now investigating what led to that crash.